ETFs, FMETF, dividends, interest, stocks, bonds. What do you mean after mo matuto mag-save, may next level pa at mas complicated? Unfortunately, yes. In as much as we want to celebrate dahil meron na tayong savings, well done. Sad to say, hindi niya tayo kayang dalhin mag-isa sa financial independence or early retirement. So ang next level na kailangan mong matutunan ay investing. Today, I'll be answering one of the most common question na na-receive ko sa video na to, which is how to start investing when you're in the Philippines. This is your step-by-step guide on how to create and fund accounts for beginner-friendly investment options. This includes digital banks, MP2, local investment through Call Financial, and international investment through IBKR. And at the end of this video, I'll also share with you some practical tips that will save you from the most common mistakes in investing. If you're new here, my name is Jane, and in this channel, I create content about personal finance, frugal living, and simple money habits. Now, let's get right into it. First, let's talk about digital bank accounts. Although hindi siya type of investment, this will serve as your foundation. And it's also a safe and high-interest place to park your money. Now, let's be honest, madaming Pilipino pa rin ang hesitant na mag-open ng high-yield savings account dahil sa mga naririnig natin na fraud or scam sa internet or sa balita. Totally understandable kasi nagkalat nga naman ng scammers. Imagine recently may na-receive ako na message from LTO informing me na meron daw akong unsettled violation. Well, in fact, wala naman akong sasakyan. So, these scammers talaga are everywhere, kaya naiintindihan natin kung yung mga Pilipino ay medyo hesitant na ngayon na mag-open ng digital bank accounts. Pero that doesn't mean that we'll sleep on an opportunity na i-park yung pera natin sa high-yield savings account. Kasi definitely, mas mataas yung interest na makukuha natin sa mga banks na to as compared to traditional banks. So, paano nga ba natin maiiwasan na ma-scam sa mga digital bank accounts na to? I highly recommend that you use or follow these non-negotiable requirements before opening an account. The first one is to ensure na PDIC insured yung bank account na yon. Kapag PDIC insured kasi, it means na up to 1 million peso ng pera mo sa bank account na yon is insured or protected by the government. Number 2, it should be licensed by BSP. Kapag BSP regulated po kasi yung isang institution, it means they follow strict compliance, security, and audit rules. Number 3, transparent interest rates. Dapat po malinaw na naka-indicate kung magkano talaga yung interest na makukuha natin at hindi siya pabago-bago. Clear din dapat kung paano siya kino-compute at kung kailan siya binibigay. Number 4, easy and secure cash in and cash out options. Pwedeng sa mga kiosk or traditional bank transfer. Next is strong app security. Ito yung minsan na hassle tayo na gawin pero kailangan talaga kasi usually, di ba, para makapag-create ka ng account sa mga digital bank accounts na to, madaming steps na kailangan ng gawin. Pero this is also for your own security. Ideally, yung digital banking app is merong biometric login, device authorization, OTP protection, and secure email and SMS notification. If hindi available tong mga security features na to sa digital bank account na napili ninyo, I highly recommend that you skip it. Ideal ang mga digital bank accounts or high-yield savings account na to for parking your money, lalo na for short-term savings. So for example, meron ka pinag-iipunan na big purchase or meron kang out of the country with your family next year, pwede mong i-park yung pera mo sa high-yield savings account para kahit na alam mo na gagamitin mo siya in the future, kumikita siya kahit papano. How do you create an account with these digital banking apps? So all you need to do is to download the application, sign up using your mobile phone, upload one valid ID, complete the verification process, and then you need to create your own GoSave account. Now, how do you add funds? I will use GoTime as an example kasi ito yung nasa phone ko na. There are several options, pwedeng salary deposit, bank transfer, o kaya naman sa mga kiosk. For this specific account, ang ginagawa ko para makapag-cash in is nagpupunta ako sa mga Robinsons Supermarket. Usually kasi meron silang specific counter dyan para makapag-cash in or cash out ka sa GoTime. Kailangan ko lang gawin is pumunta dun sa GoTime account ko, click on deposit, and then in-store deposit, say 10,000 pesos. And then, i-click mo lang yung Robinsons Supermarket or any of the following. Pwedeng Shopwise, Marketplace, No Brand, Robinsons Easy Mart. And then, get deposit barcode. Tapos, meron kang free deposit every month ng up to 15,000 pesos. Twice mo siya pwede gamitin. So, technically, 30,000 pesos ang pwede mong i-deposit for free. Now, kapag nakapag-generate ka na ng barcode, kailangan mo lang siyang i-scan, ibigay yung pera mo dun sa kahera, and then mapupunta na yung pera mo dito sa iyong GoTime account. After that, kailangan mo siyang i-transfer dun sa savings account mo to start earning interest. So, kailangan ninyong mag-open ng GoSave account para magsimula po kayong mag-earn ng interest. So, all you need to do is click on GoSave, click the plus button, tapos pwede ninyong ilagay kung para saan kayo nagsisave. Pwede ninyong ilagay na emergency fund, and then, after that, mag-generate na yung account, tapos pwede na kayong mag-add ng funds. Ngayon na meron ka ng high-yield savings account, paano ka naman makakaiwas sa mga scammers? Number 1 is to never trust a text message na may link. Kahit kanino pa po galing yan. Kahit sa trusted bank ninyo, government, even sa kakilala or kamag-anak, huwag niyo pong i-click yung link kasi most likely, scam po yan. Kasi as we've seen sa mga ibang balita, minsan kapag nag-open ka ng link, dyan ka pa masisisi ng mga bangko kapag na-scam ka. So para lang safe, huwag na po natin silang i-open. Number 2, I don't entertain calls. Kapag hindi ko kilala yung number, hindi siya nakasave, at wala naman akong ina-expect na tawag from a kakilala or an acquaintance, hindi ko talaga sinasagot yung tawag. Number 3, hindi rin ako nag-open ng link sa emails. So ito yung mga ginagawa ko para makaiwas sa mga scammers. Number 2 is MP2. May mga nagtanong sa akin about this, pero hindi ko lang siya na-share dun sa previous video ko. But yes, I do recommend that you open an account with them, especially kung ang gusto mo is low risk pero government-backed investment. At ito yung mga benefits na nagustuhan ko sa kanya. Number 1 is you can start for as low as 500 pesos. Number 2, as I mentioned, government-backed siya. Number 3, maganda yung historical returns niya. So, nagre-range ng 6 to 7%. Next, pwede siya for long-term savings. So, for example, nag-iipon ka ng para sa down payment ng bahay, and hindi mo pa naman siya gagamitin for the next 5 years, pwede mo siyang ilagay sa MP2. Kasi locked in yung pera mo for 5 years. Now, how do you create an MP2 account? Madali lang po siya. Ilalagay ko yung link sa description box below. Ito yung mga requirements nila para makapag-open kayo ng MP2 savings account. Kapag ready na yung documents ninyo, click on proceed. Tapos sa page na to, pwede ninyong i-validate kung qualified kayo na mag-open. Kapag nakalagay na hindi kayo qualified, pwede kayong mag-send sa kanila ng email or mag-chat. And in all fairness, na-try ko na both process, mabilis naman sila mag-reply. Based on my research, pwede ka mag-open ng account kahit estudyante ka as long as 18 years old and above. Now, how to fund your MP2 savings account? All you need to do is go to GCash, click on Bills, click on Government or search for Pag-ibig, enter the amount, and then under Type, ang piliin ninyo is yung Modified Pag-ibig 2 savings. For the account number, ang ilagay ninyo is yung Pag-ibig MP2 account number na ninyo. Period covered kung anong buwan ninyo siya hinulog, and then click on Next. After 2 to 3 days, dapat mag-reflect na yung contribution ninyo sa inyong MP2 savings account. It will not make you rich overnight, pero it's a good starting point, lalo na kung gusto mo ng low-risk investment. Number 3, for local investing. Why am I using Call Financial? Ito kasi yung na-recommend sa akin ng brother-in-law ko, and mas familiar ako sa interface niya kasi dito kami nag-training. And what I like about Call Financial is nag-offer talaga sila ng mga seminars, meron din sila mga research online for your reference in case gusto mo ng more information about the local stock market bago ka mag-start na mag-invest. Other than that, very simple din yung interface niya and you can start for as low as 1,000 pesos. Now, how do you create an account with them? Similar to MP2, mabilis nilang mag-open ng COL account. Kailangan mo lang ihanda lahat ng requirements na to and then tapusin yung kanilang verification process. After that, pwede mo nang i-fund yung account mo. You can also use GCash to fund your COL account. Kailangan nyo lang mag-login sa GCash account ninyo and then tap Bills. And then, using the search bar, look for Call Financial. Once done, input your deposit amount, your 8-digit call account number, account name, and then email address. Review all the information, and then once done, click confirm. Next is IBKR. Quick heads up lang guys, hindi ganun kadali mag-create ng account with IBKR. I don't know if ako lang yon, pero medyo natagalan ako sa proseso. I think it took me a couple of weeks bago ko nagamit yung account ko. So, this is how it works. So, very straightforward lang naman po ang sign-up process ni Interactive Brokers. You just need to fill out this section. Email address, username, password, confirm password, and then country. After that, papipilian kayo ng website. Ang pinipili ko po is US website. After email verification process, kailangan mo nang i-fill out tong section na to. Meron kang 4 na tabs na kailangan i-complete. Medyo matagal yung process pero hindi naman siya mahirap. Para sa akin, ang pinakamahirap talaga is yung pagpa-fund ng account. Kasi until now, may mga nare-receive pa rin ako na notification telling me na kailangan ko mag-submit ng documents para ma-confirm yung deposit ko. To fund your Interactive Brokers account, pwede kayong gumamit ng Wise or Revolut. Personally speaking, ang ginagamit ko Revolut kasi ito yung meron na akong account. All you need to do is click on deposit. Pwede kayong mag-add ng deposit method. Pero since ang gamit ko na dito ay Revolut, ito na lang yung i-click ko. Tapos, kailangan nyo lang i-indicate dito kung magkano yung deposit amount niyo. And then may mababasa kayo dito na we recommend modifying your deposit amount to include the last 4 digits of your account ID para mas mabilis yung verification process at mabilis nyo din matanggap yung inyong deposit. Update mo lang yung deposit amount based sa last 4 digits ng iyong account number After that, dito mo na makikita lahat ng details kung saan mo iwa-wire ang iyong deposit. So, ang ginawa ko is kinopy ko lang itong mga details na to at sinave ko siya sa Revolut ko para ma-automate ko siya. Kasi ang ginawa ko, nag-schedule na lang ako every month para hindi ko na siya kailangan alalahanin. That way, tuloy-tuloy yung pag invest ko. So, here are some tips para maiwasan natin yung common mistakes ng mga beginner investor. Number one is to start with small pero repeatable amounts. Hindi mo kailangan mag-invest agad ng 10,000 pesos para lang masabi na, uy, may investment na ako. Pwede kang magsimula for as low as 500 pesos or 1,000 pesos. Ang importante, you start building the habit. Kasi for me, the habit matters more than the amount. You can also do this while familiarizing yourself with the process. Kung hindi ka pa masyadong familiar dun sa interface nito mga platforms na to, start with small amounts muna habang nag-aaral ka. That way, nagbibuild ka ng consistency and you're also learning at the same time. Number two, focus on one platform at a time. Hindi mo kailangan maging whiz agad sa kung paano gumagana ang MP2, Call Financial, IBKR. Kung kaya mo lang mag-focus ngayon sa MP2, then so be it. I-familiarize mo muna yung sarili mo kung paano siya nag-work and then move on to the next platform. Number three is to automate your investments. So kung gumagamit ka naman ng mga digital banking apps, usually meron silang feature to automate the transfers. For example, sa GCash, pwede mo siyang iset for a specific date. For example, gusto mong mag-auto-transfer sa MP2 ng 1,000 every month, you can also do that. Number 4, be patient. Hindi ka yayaman overnight sa investing. So, minsan, kahit na 6 months na tayo sa process ng investing, maliit pa rin yung pera or yung interest earned natin. And that's totally fine. Simula kasi ang binibuild mo lang ay momentum, pero eventually mag-grow din naman siya. So this is a long-term strategy para kumita ang pera mo. Lastly is to keep learning pero avoid overthinking. So minsan kapag nasa 20th video na tayo, meron na tayong analysis paralysis. So sobrang overwhelmed natin sa information, nakalimutan na natin siyang i-apply. So much better na kahit konti pa lang yung information na nakuha natin, we start applying it na para meron talaga tayong progress. Keep learning, start small pero stay consistent, and your future self will thank you later. Let me know in the comment section below if you have more questions about these platforms, and I will do my best to answer each of them. That's it for today. Ciao!